This is English with Emmy. Thank you for watching this video. Today I have with me someone very special. His name is Ollie.
Hello.
So we just did this and we want to explain the irony, right, as Ollie advised me to do. Why is it ironic?
Because we don't like doing it, but we have to do it.
We hate it, but we have to do it because...
It's our job. It's true though, isn't it? Like almost every time I've done an ending to a show, some kind of commercial for a show, some kind of... It's that.
Well, yeah, so Japanese people are really animated.
But Emmy's worse than me, right? Yeah, you're right. So we do, yeah, right. So I don't do that. We do this show where we say where we're going to go, and then we go, okay, let's go, ikimashou, or something like that. I will normally get away with just going, ikimashou, or, or tanoshimi, something like that. But you go full on, don't you?
I do.
Go on.
Let's go! I do something like that.
It's embarrassing, isn't it?
Only if you make it.
Yeah.
I own it,
Yeah, you do.
Ollie, you do some radio work. And I know this because I do too.
We do it together.
Not at the same time, although sometimes I do like to assist him because he struggles sometimes with the Japanese. So I help him with that.
Yeah, carry my bag.
I just love giving him the pressure. Ollie,
what
tell
was
me
that
about...
clap for? Was that to help with editing?
No, it's to help with the changing of the mood.
I love changing the mood.
Ollie, tell me about your comedy in Fukuoka. Tell me about that. There's no one better to ask than this guy.
Well, that is possibly true because there's no one really does it nor knows who I am. I do stand-up comedy shows. Go on.
Why don't you just explain stand-up comedy? There
Okay.
might be a lot of different views on that.
Okay, I would call myself a stand-up comedian. In Japanese, in fact, they started, whenever we've been in the newspaper, they use the word stand-up comedy in katakana. To explain to people, I would say something like Torimanda, or like pingeinin toshite, which is kind of to differentiate what I do from a more traditional Japanese style, which is manzai, right? Normally in Japan, I'd say the most predominant form of comedy is the manzai double act. So basically you have a straight man and a funny man, and so someone will say something obscure.
Like, that's not right.
Yeah, then he'll scomi him. That's right, it's the boke and the scomi.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He knows what he's talking about.
Right, yeah, well at least I give the appearance of doing that. I'd say in stand-up, if we have to use that kind of vocabulary, the audience scomies me, the comedian.
Yeah, sure.
Right? And it's kind of based on the audience reaction. I suppose it's more participatory. So that's why when I try and do exactly the same jokes, kind of translated word for word, sometimes the laughs don't come as hard or they take a bit longer. Because it's not clearly signposted as a punch point, you don't get a big laugh, you don't get a big reaction. Whereas, for Japanese audience, yeah. A lot of people have never been to a stand-up comedy show before in their own country. Most people probably haven't. They're not regular comedy club goers, but they'll come to comedy here as a night out because,
Because he's there.
Because there's nothing else to do, I suppose. I will deliberately make a mistake, like say a linguistic mistake, to make a pun or something.
Okay.
And I've had this before. I did a joke where I did a dajare with the word kyabetsu and sabetsu, and then the word ninjin and ningen, and then the whole joke was using irony. So I said that this was hiniku, which is the word for irony, but I said ninniku. So I was like making a salad. That's the premise of the joke. It's not that funny, but it worked for that bit.
Right, so can you explain that for some people? Like kabetsu is cabbage,
right.
sabetsu
is discrimination.
Right,
so
he's playing on
right, so I was like, since I come to Japan, I've had nothing but cabbage, is what I'm saying, right? And then I'm like, as a carrot, that's really bad, because everyone here's a carrot, right? Of course. Right, first time I said this, I was corrected by two people in the front row. And they were like, it's part of me was like, part of me I was quite thrilled because it was quite funny to then have that interaction, I know. Another thing is Japanese audiences tend to respond better to jokes which only me as a foreign comedian can do. Although it's kind of a bit, of a grey area as to whether I should be just talking about cultural differences. I do that. There's a very, very fine line between kind of being a bit critical, right? Because what you're normally doing is you're kind of taking the mick of some part of the culture. Of course it's done from a place of love and respect, and I enjoy living here.
Just for fun.
But you have to really dress it up. I know that maybe I don't get your culture because I'm foreign, I love Japan, but do you not think, maru. Sometimes I'll just get... I just get people after the show kind of correcting me, just going, that there's actually a legitimate historical reason. I was like, well, yeah.
It was a joke.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Ollie, can you tell me about the comedy shows going on in Fukuoka?
Yes, could you pass me that poster, please?
I'm so kind.
Thank you. On the 30th of January, we have 2 shows. One in Japanese, which is this one, and another one in English, which is after it. All of the comedians, apart from one guy, are non-Japanese, speaking Japanese, doing stand-up comedy. It's 6:30 p.m. at Le Jardin, which is in the Castle Gates building in Fukuoka. Please come to that if you speak Japanese.
I will be there.
Well,
That's just
well, there we go. You get to
enough reason.
Yeah. And if you don't speak Japanese, then come to the English show.
That's right. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you at the show.
How do you normally end this?
It's different every time, but this time we're gonna do
Okay.
because we know how to do this.
This is what we do.
次回も私のチャンネルを見てください。Do you want a word?
No, I'll leave it to you. but then I've got to awkwardly wave as well.
見てくれてありがとうございました。次回も English with Emmy を見てください。See you soon.
And then what happens, of course, is we keep waving until the director says, "Cut." Not in about 5 seconds. But let's just keep going because it's fun. Don't stop. Keep it going.
I'm done.
I'm not.